I'm Kenrick, Professor of Computer Science here at the University of Alaska, Anchorage. AIFC is about collecting the maritime domain awareness to enable decision makers to make informed decisions. So there have been a number of players in Arctic information, and we're really kind of the glue that's tying them together. We had a whole workshop about how to handle a mass search and rescue. There have been cruise ships that are coming through the Arctic, and one of the big concerns is if there's some major incident, then what do we do? And we can get a good snapshot of ice conditions. If we can get more of the community-based observers, then we'll have a better network. Some of these sources exist today, not all of them. So part of ADAC is developing some of these sources, but the results of that work are hard for a person like in the Coast Guard to use. It's not in a format that's ingestible. So building AIFC, that's been a fun part of the project. But really the exciting part for me is that it can really help the Coast Guard do their job better. They can do things they couldn't do before. What's the thickness of this ice going to be? Now they can actually get a good picture of what that's going to be throughout the year. But there are others that would be interested in this as well. So other agencies, FEMA, for example, scientists, oil spill response organizations. On the modeling side, if there's a vessel or people in the water, we do have software and algorithms that can predict where they're going to be at different times to help rescue them. So imagine there's a vessel that goes in distress. If we lose engine power, we could predict where the vessel might drift. If the vessel does get into trouble and there's, for example, an oil spill, we can run these models that can predict based upon the location, the type of oil, what the impact of that oil might be, so where it would go, and then what kind of marine life might be in the area and that could be impacted. And then we could also, using the weather information, determine what kind of materials to bring to help clean up and mitigate the spill. So part of the AIFC is taking this information to put things on a map and interact with the data and mapping it into a way that the operator can use it. So we're mapping these sources into Arctic IRMA, which is a NOAA product that the Coast Guard is already authorized to use. So there's a great network of researchers and expertise that ADAC's put together. Without ADAC, I wouldn't have been put in touch with these other data scientists, with the civil engineers and the coastal engineers. AIFC is important because it's going to enable the Coast Guard to better do their job. They'll have new data, new models, and it'll be accessible in a way that wasn't accessible before.